listen to some divine words from the creator of the game himself.
And you mentioned that we've been seeing this established meta with all of these new decks, all these new
Hi,
strategies coming
chat.
out. I mean, we
I'm
have
gonna go
talked
real
all
quick,
over
make some
the
coffee.
lobby
I will
yesterday,
be
all day, just
right
full of
back.
people running games. And it
So
was so cool to see.
yeah.
I was,
But I wanted to get
watching
the
my
opening
tables,
ceremony
looking
on.
and seeing what people are cooking with, and there are some really exciting, some unexpected things, some, beloved classics, comfort picks, as you will, but definitely a lot of spice being brought today.
No, at about 1 a.m. last night, my roommate decided to audible onto a new strategy for this event. I said, you know what, let's walk down to the lobby and play a couple of games where there's a table instead of in our hotel room. And we came down legitimately middle of the night to find dozens of people jamming pickup games the night before the event, trying to perfect a list that had to go up at 9 a.m. this morning. They're like, okay, I'm only going to get 4 hours of sleep, but I'm also going to have a perfect 60. We're going to throw you over right now to the opening ceremony, which will be delivered by George. He is just setting up as we speak and about to deliver the first words for the first premier event ever. The
Actually, chat.
Elestrals Dallas Open
I'll wait. I'll wait to
2025.
make coffee.
The awaiting viewers.
Elestrals players, collectors.
Oh, the stream.
2025.
There we go.
We've got 192 players playing it out today in the main tournament, but there's so much to do. To quickly go above the schedule, we'll have the tournament starting at 10:30, but for everybody else, we'll be having side events running through. Make sure to check the schedule if you're interested in our guest
Let's
matches. Of
go.
course, we're going to have signings with A-Drive, chances to be able to play him. We've got phenomenal artists here that you'll also be able to talk to, get your cards signed.
Yeah, we have all the
Have
cool
a
people there.
fantastic time. Of course, we're also going to be having the feature matches here. Players will be battling out throughout the day. If you just want to kick back and enjoy some good old Elestrals gameplay, you'll be able to do that as well. As far as the side...
Ooh, the stream is chugging, huh? That's not me, that's the live stream. Oh dear, that is brutal. Hold on.
On day 2, we'll also
There we
be
go.
doing a 64-man version of that.
Is that still just the stream? That's tough. That might still just be the stream.
As well as our Shop Elestrals booth.
Yep, there it is.
As far as the main tournament goes, on day 1, we have ourselves 8 rounds of Swiss. So that makes it the largest Elestrals tournament in history.
Yeah. I mean, all the other ones have been on webcam, so like, what are you gonna do?
Day 2 top 16 cuts to find out who the Dallas Open 25 champion will be. Of course, they're playing it out for some amazing prizing. Just on the participation front, we've got packs.
Oh yeah, all the Dallas Open Spirits chat are incredible.
Get themselves Stellar Pantera, and third, second, and first
Look.
lock themselves in for the Stellar Trophy Ask Rabbit cards.
Yeah, the Stellar Trophy ones are so good. Look at the Spirits too,
Now,
God.
I'm sure you guys are tired of having me on stage.
The Dallas Open Spirits are crazy. Not to mention the trophy. You're getting some audio cuts on the stream here, fellas. That is tough.
We're there. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy.
Whoa, A-Drive! Because that's not me, I don't think. Yeah, that's the stream.
So crazy to see the team. We've got artists coming in from around the world. Our first ever artist is here. We've got some incredibly talented people here. I've got my wife and daughter here, so I'm excited to have them.
Let's go. Oh yeah, they're fixing it.
All right, so obviously I didn't come with nothing to share. We've got some cool reveals and some cool things to talk about. So I'm gonna break that down, but I gotta take a peek. Oh, I gotta slide right there. Okay, cool. So my man KG is ready to rock. All right, so first thing we're gonna talk about little Shattered Stars. I know you guys are
Let's go. Love to see it. Oh my god.
is the next elevation of Elestrals. It is our best set yet, and I can't wait.
It's Arcturus
It's gonna be amazing.
and Valkyries, dude.
With Champion Earth Scout, Champion War Might coming. You're also gonna get the Valkyries and Rumacol coming early
Oh my
next month.
god.
So my fire enjoyers, my Hephaestus enjoyers,
Let's
get
go.
excited, 'cause you're gonna have a little early opportunity there to get those artifact decks brewing.
The Lavalith and the Volcanic Forge.
Coming, and the Moralith reprint coming.
Yes. Alright, chat. We might have to do some Shattered Stars. Chat, we're gonna have to talk about Shattered Stars, man. That's gonna be so good. Lavalith and Moralith are...
We're taking to the next chapter with the champion cards, introducing 2 new divines.
in
Hestia
Firestorm.
And Hermes. I'm very excited. There's going to be some really cool game plan decks that come from bringing those into the fold. There's going to be
Best Snowlet art just dropped from our guy PK. Let's go.
Bring new Elestrals to light with them coming out with their champion forms. Our starter decks are going to be
Hell yeah, dude.
Like the new starter decks?
Yeah, dog, those starter decks are nuts.
I really hope those starter decks give you all an opportunity to get involved in the game at another level, share them with your friends, get your local game stores excited, so we can bring Elestrals to places across the world. So thank you to everybody who's excited about Firestorm. I'm very stoked about the
I'm super excited. I haven't pre-ordered, but I need to figure out what I want to do for Firestorm.
We've got one of my favorite cards in the game. You guys saw the reveal from K-Cray of Bunnix, and we've got a little reveal for that. Bunnix is going to be...
Oh, I actually missed the reveal for Bunnix.
It happens to have a split ascension that changes forms, and it is one of the most powerful cards in Firestorm. I'll tell you personally, I piloted this deck in testing extensively. I won the first testing tournament with it. We do little testing tournaments on the internal. I'm proud of saying
Dear God.
And this is one of my favorite decks, so you guys are going to be able to enjoy.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna break down those effects.
What is that?
So Bunnix hits the field as a 4/4 stat line, 1 cost Frost. You have the ability to expend to send 2 Nixamera from your deck to your underworld, and then 1 goes to your hand. So you can immediately filter your deck. And typically,
Oh my God, it's adorable.
your Nixamera Risen form, which is in the middle of the screen.
It's so cute. He gets shot with a PTA. No.
This is where things get really good. If you can
Oh
send out
man.
Risen form, which is a 2-cost Frost and Solar Elestral,
7/4 or 4/7 with Lunar, Frost, or Solar, huh?
But this is where things get really interesting, because in the end phase, you are forced to swap your Nixamera Risen form to the Nixamera Fallen form, which is
And the other way around.
Lunar Elestral with 7 defense. This is where things get really spicy, because Nixamera Fallen form cannot be targeted by Invoke runes, and it's going to be on the field for your entire opponent's turn. At the end
Wait a minute.
of your opponent's turn, you then are
Is this not Dream Mirror?
back to your Risen form from the underworld.
Chat? Wait, for my Yugists. Where are my Yugists? Is this Dream Mirror? Welcome back, Dream Mirror. Close enough.
Loaded up Elestral, or you're going to run out of spirits. We'll see which happens first.
That looks really cool, though.
So to announce, wait, first of all, was anyone here for Kickstarter? The first one. All right.
I was there. Did I have the money to do that? No, I did not. I did not have the money.
Force in Firestorm with Divine Packs, baby. But these packs are not just your regular packs.
Oh my God.
With 8 reverse stellars, and they are loaded with an exclusive
And they're serialized, too.
99 card, the Stellar Flammoth, which can only be obtained from the Divine Packs.
God, that is a gorgeous card.
These 8 reverse stellars are going to come in.
Oh my God.
9 Divine Packs seated across all of our Firestorm products, and you'll also get an additional X out of 99 stellar rare randomly. That's 2
Oh my
serialized stellars,
God.
and 8 reverse stellars.
The titled new Stellars? Oh, Jesus Christ, those are gorgeous.
And now I thought we should kick things off in the best way we possibly can by giving every single person in this room a pack of Firestorm to kick off the blast.
Let's go, dude.
I've never felt more like Oprah in my life.
You get a pack. You get a pack. You get a pack. Base to A drive.
We're gonna open them all together in just a moment. So let my team get a minute to hand all of these Firestorm packs out. And I just want to thank everybody because we could not do this without y'all.
Man.
This is 2 months early, ladies and gentlemen.
I was gonna say that's like 2 months early, right?
This is about to be crazy.
Because Firestorm doesn't come out till like May.
That we are doing a trade night tonight. Who's coming to the trade night? Oh, I hope they have space. We're going to have Lone Star pack breaks, and we're going to charter a bus out here. So if you have your own method of transportation tonight, we recommend you use that. If you have no way to get there, we will have limited space available on the bus. So just be ready for that. We'll have more information at the closing ceremony.
Recommend an Uber, I guess.
Yeah.
They still have Ubers in Dallas? I know Austin was out without Uber for a while, right?
We're gonna see if we get lucky today and find the first ever Divine pack, or maybe
Yeah, 2 months of Moonrise.
Firestorm serialized Stellar. And there's a really good chance we'll see some reverse Stellars, so this should be really fun. Just watch your pack.
There's like that many cards, like they have to. Surely. Uh-oh, the stream. Yo, the Clash music! Yeah, let's go! Alright, chat, now I can go make my coffee finally. I can go make my coffee. Alright, but that's really hype. Everybody's gonna get a pack of Firestorm. That's so cool. Where is my note? Alright, chat. BRB, I'm making coffee. Alright, chat, I'm back. I got my coffee. Heck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's really cool. Everyone's getting Firestorm early. Or like a pack. A singular pack of Firestorm early. Huzzah. There we go. Not if any of the homies are in there. Oh, let's go.
Exciting was that? Getting to get a sneak peek of the new Elestrals.
Talk to me, Joseph.
Firestorm by just handing it out, just giving it to people and saying, "Rip those packs."
Which, speaking of, we have been sitting here literally like children who've been given candy. We have our own packs.
Let's go.
That we can open for you. We waited.
That marshmallow test, those Piaget conservation tasks, I would be messing them up. I'm not a particularly patient person. Yeah, but we also were given them. I just want to, get out of front of the discourse. The Stellar has not been pulled yet.
The Stellar has not been pulled. We saw at least one full art out there. I'm sure
But
that
they opened a couple boxes.
Yeah, there were probably a couple. And who's to say? God Pack. God Pack could be incoming.
They handed it to the casters because the whole thing's rigged, of course.
Of course.
I'm gonna let you go first because I'm trying to.
Joseph can't get the damn thing open.
The tried and true
Teeth.
full method here.
Oh, however you got to get in there, go for
Turn
it.
out, let's now.
We have Titanostock, champion of Aeolus.
Okay.
Okay.
Spine-Nymph, champion of Hermes. We've got New Plucky, champion of Apollo.
New Plucky.
I actually like the Werepup a lot. I think New Werepup is incredible.
Werepup is very cute.
He's very good.
Celestial, Nemastar.
That's one of my
Ooh,
favorites.
the new guy.
So far.
Lyre of Apollo.
Oh.
Artifact.
Unbelievable. Playable Torchin is nice, and here we go.
Playable Torchin is real.
Apollo. It's not the Stellar. Oh, it's new Zeus.
Zeus.
That's incredible with the new R.
Thunderbringer.
The divine pole.
I will take this. We will accept this.
We will accept this.
All right, I hope that I at least get a hollow. Otherwise, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
We're gonna be pretty sad.
But divine pack could be incoming.
It could be real.
Just flip it up. It's all gas.
Oops, all stellars.
No.
Okay, well, we're starting with a Harvey,
Oops.
who I really love. Elechick, champion of Zeus.
New chick.
And
New chick.
This is my girl. I got to reveal this card. I
The
was so
Bonnix.
excited. And oh my gosh, the Risen and Fallen forms. I think that's going to be such a fun mechanic to play with and see. Everyone's like,
That's really
"Okay,
cool.
Please open. We want to see if you got the Stellar." We have Solbel, the champion of Apollo. Plucky, also the champion of Apollo.
Try it out. I've been saying caduceus.
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 Of Hermes. Yeah.
Of
yeah, we got
Hermes.
that. Hermes.
That one I'm not trying.
Yeah, Hermes, I'm going to ask you to have to, Stop
What's wrong
testing my
with sword?
vocab.
What's wrong with shield? Come on.
Well, Sirocco of Notice, and my pull is actually
The carry
off, which is very cool.
The carry off of
champion
Artemis.
Embarrassing. And I got the beautiful Lycris, but
I like that carry off a lot.
the
Carry off is really
very
good.
cool, and notably, we were given some of these full arts here. This is the full art, if you can see it at all. I can have my beauty influencer era here. This is the full art carry off champion of
The
armies.
Exciting stuff. I am a little disappointed we didn't get the God Pack.
What was that?
Disappointed.
I really believed.
Yeah.
I had faith.
They described those to us maybe an hour ago. They were like, so each individual pack is going to have a serialized secret stellar that can only be found in the God Packs. They are going to have 8 reverse stellars.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a $400 pack at minimum.
Yeah, just a $400 pack.
I was excited to see if we would pull it, but there's only 99 of them in existence.
Only 99, and it's going to be one of those situations that it's like, if it happens to you, I'm happy, but it should have happened to me instead.
Exactly.
What could happen to you if you are to get a box of Firestorm, and we're going to make that a little bit easier for you today. If you have an Elestrals play account, playing in events will net you a currency called caster coins, which can be redeemed for blister packs, for plushies, or for booster boxes. And we are going to hand you some of those right now by way of
cameras ready.
Now get your QR. You are going to be playing against everyone else who is currently watching the stream. Here's the code. This will get you a number of caster coins somewhere between 1 and 100. Here we go. Let's see if we can get autofocus to work.
Who's to say? We have some quick camera work coming in. We're gonna get this for you. The real joke is that we have redeemed every single one.
Yeah, they're all already done.
Surprise.
Oh, that's so weird. No one got it.
Wow.
Oh,
But I got them. All right, there it is, baby.
Yeah. I don't need all this.
All of those.
I don't need all this. I'll have mine when I have my Elestrals open, my Clash open.
Yeah, I think that's probably spoken for. But speaking of the boxes, we do have on our table here, as ever, all of the Elestrals aesthetics, the vibes.
Oh my god, the box.
We have our Firestorm booster box here. It is gorgeous.
Hey, tell the beautiful people at home what they can do with this box.
They can open it.
They can open it.
They can possibly get a God pack, and they can get any.
I'm so glad Kay and MBT are the official cast. It's so good.
I don't know.
It's so good.
I gotta stick with the redheads.
Oh, let's talk with our girl Hessia.
I know the bears are exciting to some people.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like the Voltempest champion of Zeus. It has a very iconic effect that some may remember from other games. The ability to just hop into the field with one of your Elestrals is threatened in combat. I really, really think it's going to change not only deck composition, but also how we perform battle step.
How we go to combat.
What and for what purpose.
We do love a Gores type guy.
Effects that can really change up the way that you play every aspect of the game, and I'm excited to see more of them in Firestorm. We have almost the entire set spoiled now. If you've been following
more or less
A-Drive or any of the community members who have been given community spoilers to reveal new Elestrals cards. I mean, us, of course. And,
us.
The, of course, official Elestrals account has been dribbling out spoilers for the last couple of weeks, and I gotta say, it's all really exciting stuff.
Yeah, Firestorm's a great set.
I was of the opinion that base set had the highest concentration of incredibly powerful Elestrals. Your Equilynxes, your Elechicks, your Astrabbits. I think we may be
we're seeing a new one.
Firestorm has.
Firestorm's got a. Firestorm has gas.
Every other set combined. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, this is completed Elestrals basically.
I'm so excited.
So now we just get to release new cards that can be cool.
The energy when everyone was just cracking packs together, it felt great. You know, A-Drive talked a lot about the community aspect of this game while up on stage, and I gotta say, what I really do appreciate most about Elestrals is just how vibrant the community is, how excited they are to play together, to open packs together, to have have fun together. It's really excellent.
And I have no doubt they're going to hop in the tank together as soon as this
As
comes out.
Firestorm
Like you
drops,
mentioned,
people have already
this is one
started.
of the first sets
Like,
that
we
we've
can
seen that
already
has so
start
many,
building on
as I see
Lol
reveals, like, oh, this
YGO's
could really
deck
shift the meta.
builder.
Oh, this could really shift the meta. And I think notably,
Like,
now
we
that
can
we're
already
past,
start
like,
building,
had
chat.
all of the different spirits revealed. We've had our solar set. We've had our.
There's
also had our
16
lunar set, and
pages to
now
this
we're
sucker
getting
now.
into, I think what's going to give us a sneak peek of the future of
Look at
Elestrals
the
and
burning. We already
direction
have
they're gonna
Burning
take
Foley
the
Forest. That was
game,
like
the
yesterday.
gameplay, and how we're going to start stepping things up. And I cannot wait to
That
see
was
the
quite
mechanics,
literally
the mixed meta
yesterday.
stuff. I am so excited.
Actually,
I cannot
I think that
wait
was
to
2 days
just
ago. But
switch
like,
out
come
my
on,
fluffy little guy,
crazy.
my aggressive little guy, my fluffy little guy. So catch me on that deck for sure.
Did you hear how they described it? It was like, this is going to be really fun to play. I'm like, I'm sure it will. It won't be much fun to play against. Stare down this
Like,
rune immune defensive wall, and they go, okay, that was fun. Now back to the good one.
Well, but then your opponent is playing the new Leica Void, and
Right.
and none of that.
And then it
matters,
has
so.
no effect.
No, a lot of cool stuff in Firestorm. But we're here today to talk about Moonrise, to talk about a format that has had a little bit of time to
Sit in the tank.
mature,
Yeah, Moonrise has had
eliminate
plenty of time
choices,
now to sit in the tank.
decisions, and they have come up with some really stellar stuff. The first couple of weeks of Moonrise, of course, were dominated by strategies that were out of the box playable, things that were strong from previous metagames. But as the, I think, probably
Heck
most
yeah, dude.
expected deck in the room, Lunar Aggro evolved.
Yes.
Individuals
Lunar.
circled the drain on builds, trying to take advantage of the incredibly powerful cards Nobby, Doppelgator, Werepup, and Leica Void, alongside that full moon that is so critical, both activating the effect of the Werepup in order to ascend into the Leica Void from deck, as well as proc the Nobby multiple times over the course of a turn.
It is nice to be able to
Me
just
personally,
chill.
That's the
I love
number
getting to
one
watch this
strategy
stuff.
I
It's some
am
fun.
expecting this weekend.
And I also
It's like when we
think
did
that
ALGS watch
inevitably
parties.
We are going to have what I think is sort of the heel HEEL deck of the weekend, which is going to be actually Blizz Tricks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think inevitably we're going to have people ready to bet everything, ready to.
We're
go
gonna jam it all on
to,
Blizztrix, bro.
Hopefully, round one hit it big, and in a situation like this, I think that's a really bold and risky play. It's been exciting to see how
There's like
Blizzard's evolved
190
to
something
make it a little
people
more
or whatever
consistent,
here.
Give it other lines to be able to
To
go
jam
through
stuff
if
like
you
that,
don't
crazy.
happen to get lucky.
But I'm
on
sure
your-
some
on
people
your
did.
rolls, Then you have other options.
Yeah, self-mill has been kind of a staple of almost every card game. It just feels so good to be able to play out of the underworld with
It sure
respect
does.
to Elestrals. But what I've always said about self-mill strategies is it feels like gambling, but you're playing with house money, of course. You've built your
Yeah.
deck in such a way that you really can't lose. I know
That you shouldn't
one
be
of the,
able to lose.
top players in Elestrals, Josh, though, is very outspoken about this deck and says while it has the capacity to top and will top inevitably, it will never win an event. Because it is just a little more inconsistent than everything else.
Yep.
Sometimes you mulligan into a hand of 2 Cedar Sores from a hand of 3 Cedar Sores. Sometimes your mills don't work out. You see
Yep.
Avalanche and
And
Staple,
sometimes you just don't
runes.
see anything.
Sometimes you're not able to establish a Blizztrix. Sometimes you do with 1 spirit remaining, and an enterprising opponent with an Edward has something to say about that. There's just a lot of stuff. that can go wrong for
Edward!
this
Oh my
strategy,
god.
but there's a lot of stuff
My
that can
guy
go right.
Edward.
And I know
Chat,
a lot of
you
people
have
who
no
shop
idea
with
how
the
excited
strategy
I am
that they are
to
going
get my
to
packs in for my freaking guy. I need my Edwards,
speaking
bro.
of Josh, aka Bean Soldier, and the evolution of this Moonrise meta, starting with the first event that we had where Morfrost
Oh.
was
Oh my god, the more
all of a
frost.
sudden out of nowhere shining. And we haven't really seen much of him since, like you said, the emergence of the Lunar Aggro type lists and people adding various flavors to those and experimenting with that has really taken over. Do you have any lists that you think could surprise us today? Anything that you think might be new?
Well, I was going to say more frost, but no.
Yeah, I took that from you.
I know a lot of people who test with each other. Some of the game's best players, Trishula, Josh, Distant Coder, Swolax. I'm trying to recall their caster name. Shurit are all debuting a deck that I think is kind of under wraps at present. I'm super excited to see this deck emerge over the course of the weekend. I do know what it is, and I think it is incredibly powerful. It's been kind of tinkered with in the background over the course of the last month, and it's really exciting that we have a premiere event to debut it at. It would kind of take the wind out of the sails if it just showed up at a webcam, took the event, and then we never heard from it again. Another deck I'm excited about, Water Reanimator.
Oh, yes.
This deck was really, really powerful at the very start of the Moonrise metagame because it used so few cards from Moonrise, mostly relying on Rise from the Ashes, Rise from the Depths, and Atlantis to bring back very powerful water Elestrals, Caprigal, Oysterus, a new Moonrise card. The unfortunate truth of the matter is that it was washed. Almost immediately it became clear that it didn't really have what it took to stand with the big boys until this most recent webcam event in which it had an incredible finish. So I would not be surprised to see some individuals bring that. I also know at least one person who will be bringing Heal Control.
Oh, yes, the heal control. We talked about the HEEL of the tournament, and of course, we now have the HEAL of the tournament. And as you mentioned,
someone
earlier,
has to play heal.
the set is one of those sets. That there are
Elestrals
so
is just
many
kind of that game where you
strong
do have
cards
to
that
play.
And heal control is one of those that shows evergreen base set. We have essentially a deck that you could have played on the first week of the game's release, minus, you know, maybe an Eddie or two, maybe a Mudlet, who's to
Yep.
say. But I think we might see some heal style or heal control rather here today.
I like that deck a great deal. I am one of the truthers of the strategy. I think that it is not particularly explored largely because people just don't know how to play it. I think there are very few casters who can wield the cards correctly. I think some of the people who can are here today and may be bringing it. I hope they are. It's just so funny that a specific out was printed in the most recent set, and for some reason it still rears its ugly head. You know, you can print a counter rune that says if a heal would occur, it doesn't. The card is destroyed. Your opponent loses on the spot. And enterprising individuals will say, that's fine. You know, you can have one piece of sideboard hate. I'm going to threaten the exact same play every turn regardless. I'm super excited to see if that deck can go far. I have complete faith that it will.
And of course, we did see, I believe, from Caleb.exe on this heal control list, we saw
one of the greats.
An incredible run in one of our premier events, I believe 7-0 going into Top Cut. And it was one of those meta calls where they said, I don't think people are going to play Spoiled Fruit. I just think they're not going to.
I just don't think they're going to.
You know what? Clearly that was a good call.
Did you and I cast that game?
Did we?
It was
there was someone
or myself in the law, but in that
Joseph was there
because of the great Cold War standoff and all of the expense. Oh, you were there and you were there. And you...
No, but I believe in that set we saw 2 or 3 spoiled fruits activated, and it just didn't matter.
Caleb did not care that game.
Oh no, my 14 spirits will be 13 instead of 17.
Oh no, devastating, heartbreaking even.
I'm also excited to see if there are some decks that we've missed. There's a significant amount of strategies that still are left to be explored.
All the different lunar aggro piles.
I think Joblin fulfills the dream of Dortaya in drawing 8 or 9 cards in a singular turn. I would be excited to see someone bring that strategy. I know Electronite is very popular in the casual events. A Lunar and Thunder Elestral with the ability to take over the game at a moment's notice. Just a little hard to get onto the board in the first place. And of course, I think that there is a lot that can be done with water in general that has not been done just because of...
There's just a lot of water, guys.
Matchup into a field comprised of many, many Specterists that just eat it alive.
Yeah, we have the Spectres simply have to sit there in front of water cards, and I
does what he can.
He and you know what, he has done a lot. It's one of those cards that you saw nowhere, and then all of a sudden,
how you doing, homie?
He was everywhere. And
hello, Tachi.
Hello. Doing a little watch party for a big Elestrals tournament. How you doing?
Oh shit, I was big in your freaking chat. Oh god.
Yeah, you were very large.
I would have ate you.
Yeah.
Reflect on it.
For those of you who are not able to to the main
So how's the party?
They're good. Just really started. We did the opening ceremony. Hold on. I gotta fix my.
Anything new?
Yeah, they announced a couple of new cards already.
I'm a little frustrated that we aren't going to be able to play any of them either.
There we go.
There's so much going on.
I gotta reduce the Discord stream one. There we go.
Of course, of the player meeting, but
Talked about some new cards, and they already gave out a pack of the newest set coming in May to all the people attending. So stuff's cool.
I saw this announced, I was all over it. I made sure I got one.
That sounds cool.
Premiere frame. We've also got the.
Yee.
Oh, you've got the whole.
Oh, hey, did you hear about the TCGP getting shinies?
Oh yeah, they have a new set coming, right?
Yeah, it's just shinies.
I just saw people talking about this is the one TCG I want people to I want them to stop making cards. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I swear these sets have come out so fast. But then again, right? They're like kind of just they can just pull from like baby versions of cards they already made, and they just
That's what they've been doing.
They just change the numbers.
That's literally what they're doing. I see a Heat win. I'm like, oh cool, this does 30 damage.
Yeah.
Does it really do 30 damage? I saw like this dude that he always pulls cards and he has Diglett thumbs, and I saw that same Heat win. I'm like, oh, he should have 2 attacks.
Yeah.
What? Oh god, the second attack's ability is so strong.
Yeah.
Wow, they nerfed the shit out of these cards.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's why half of them just have coin flip effects.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's the easiest way to nerf a card because it's just dog water.
It's just I hate that.
I hate it too.
I hate
that's why
the
I don't
whole.
really play it.
I hate the. Oh, this does like 20x. Oh, cool. Wait, and then it only does 20x if you get heads. Okay, it does its base damage.
Ooh, trophy.
Fuck that.
Look at this trophy.
Beep.
God, that thing is huge. This is as big as his head.
And we have the confirmation that it does hold liquid. So if
we were told it
But yeah,
So if you are
dude,
the winner, please.
it's.
I'm asking for you to fill it with.
I hate those. I like the Lick Tongue's abilities, like where it's like, hey, you do your base damage, and
then
more
you can do
coins you
more.
flip. Yeah. I don't like it when it goes into tails, like with those kind of effects. No, just like
Yeah.
1 or 2 coins.
Very careful with that.
2 coins at most.
This is what people are going to be playing for during.
Oh, the uncut
That's how like
sheets.
Oh, go ahead.
Look at these uncut sheets, bro. These just have like a good chunk of like every card in the set, and it's just like, God, it's gorgeous. They're like posters, but it's every single card. God, I gotta get. Actually, I was gonna say I gotta get frames for my ones that get here for the Kickstarter, but I'm like, actually, I can just use them instead of. I have posters and I can just change them. Just take out the thing in the frame.
This is my emotional support uncut sheet.
Dude, it feels like
honestly, I really appreciate
like a TCG simulator.
Yeah.
Something as simple as a side event.
I feel like those are the cards it's from.
It's always
Oh yeah, yeah.
frustrating to feel like your options after
Like,
you get out of the main event are to.
I don't know what it is about Pocket that they decided that they wanted to make like what is functionally Duel Links for Pokemon, but like because Pokemon is a wildly different game than Yu-Gi-Oh, they just made it the most baby format imaginable. And I'm just like, this is miserable. Why would you do this? Because they just did like half of the cards either have those funky coin flip effects, or like the way they changed the rules that like the supporters that can be done on the first turn, stuff like that. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I'd spoken to some
So
of the
strange.
top players, and they were telling me they were intending to refuse on-screen matches for the first couple of rounds, just because they don't want their opponents knowing too early what they're doing.
That's the real strat.
Yeah. I will say though that the one card that I think has kind of
What's in the new set though? I haven't actually seen the new set for Pocket.
Much of is Pharaohgeist.
Let's see. I know there's a Lucario, which the last set Lucario was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was like, Lucario's actually. I was like, oh, this actually seems like an okay card for Pocket.
Oh no, it was a really good card. You evolve to when it gets evolved, like shit, you get every single one of your Pokemon gets to do 20 extra damage.
And just get rocked.
you literally get rocked. It really helps by boosting like first evolutions,
Yeah.
where they make them a major threat.
Oh yeah, like the shoot, there was a really popular one from the like when the game started.
I think it's one of those
What did they?
cards that people
God,
opt for Posthumous instead.
was it Ninetales? Ninetales did a butt ton of damage, did like 90, right? But it discarded an energy attached, right?
Yeah, they still have that in the TCG.
God dang, it's gross.
Like 2 energy, but you get discard 1. I'm like, oh fuck.
It's going to be Isaac. You may know them
That's
as Giant
brutal.
Skyhawk. Incredible individual, both personally and professionally.
I've won so many clutch games because of that card.
As they have really stepped into this role, one of the things I really appreciate about Elestrals is the people who are responsible for it professionally.
Is the birthday today or tomorrow?
They've spent their entire life steeped in.
Or oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah, is that today?
Her event is today.
Yes, and Skyhawk specifically is an angel who is always there.
Did you do the thingy?
I did.
No matter seemingly the hour.
What time are we doing?
I'm sorry for the late invite, by the way.
You're good.
Give insights on rulings and everything.
Don't worry about it. What time is that, by the way?
Imminently going to be getting into the first
Should be in the thingy.
Of our first ever in-person tournament here.
Yeah,
Discord.
Excited. There's Skyhawk himself. You can see that he's about 6'5". He's very easy to find if you ever have a
heavy
question.
on the giant.
Dear God, Skyhawk the goat. Look at our guy.
Kind of moment.
Bro is huge.
We've got our players sitting
Just
down
a
for round
6'5"
one.
unit.
It looks like we are going to be watching 15 Ducks versus JT Smith. JT Smith.
Oh, like oh yeah, my favorite Pokemon got an EX card.
Oh yeah.
What they are bringing today. Excited to see.
I'm glad that both of them did. Arcanine EX, and now it's
the Garchomp.
Fucking Garchomp EX.
Yeah.
I've been very unsuccessful in the sets lately, so I'm like,
Yes, he has come under fire.
We live with what
I
we
love
have.
it. I love Garchomp EX's ability, where it's like, hey, I get to do 50 damage to a bench Pokemon. That's all. Oof.
Get behind me, Quackle.
And then he does like, I'm gonna do 100 damage because I can.
Yeah, so I'll be at the birthday thing. We'll take a break from this. It's only day one. Because the championship matches will be tomorrow. So we can take a break.
It's a prime target, but for now, Calfmel, we've got Quackle, they're all
I'll take a break from the old Elestrals gaming.
Solar today. That's one of my favorite lists we have seen recently.
I will say this: don't stream the event.
Yeah.
God knows we're gonna have to put something there that's not safe for work.
I'm like, no. We'll just we'll turn off stream.
Premier events, Lumaru finally being properly enchanted.
Whenever that starts. So.
It's a very exciting.
I like the gift that I got, Axel.
So it's always fun to watch. You never know
Y'all did
where
good.
It's gonna go.
It reminds me of another insectile aberration that once plagued a different format.
Ooh, JT, let's go.
Is so frustrating because of
Game
course the deck
one
has the capacity to set up a Winjin that can't possibly fail, that can foretell the top of your deck, get the card right with 100% consistency, thanks to cards like First Light and Apollo. But
oh, you egg!
Just draw Winjin and get lucky.
Oh, my God! Imagine if I dropped an egg. I'd be devastated. That egg cost probably $25.
Into the wind.
Oh, what the fuck?
And there it is.
No, I'm joking. But like egg prices are climbing.
You never know when the gift of prophecy is going to be bestowed
Hi,
from
Liz.
Apollo himself. And
Liz.
it's usually your opponent.
Let's go.
Now I get it. I've been playing this game for 2 years now. I just got the Apollo thing. He prophesizes, right? Yeah.
Someone, oh my God, Joseph. Joseph, just finding out now. Apollo's for mechanic.
Because 15 Ducks is playing this
That sounds about right.
Strategy. Utilizing
Oh, that's really funny. I didn't even process that. For the tournament, they're using their Caster Club account names. That's fun.
Just because it's a little less valuable.
So they don't have to use people names. Hell yeah.
Yeah, if I see a Draco Ray hit the board,
So for the people in the Discord, hell yeah.
At least hear it as the voice in your ear.
I love Draco Ray.
I'm gonna use my robot name.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned it to everybody, but because I'm on the Kickstarter for this, I'm gonna have a card.
Yeah, but you know, maybe
My God.
Yeah.
Maybe they aren't prepared for heel stall.
I hope it's overpowered.
It's not gonna be overpowered, but it's gonna be really fucking sick. I've already seen like the art for it already. They've already got it. They're just playtesting effects currently. It's dope as hell.
Yes.
I'm very excited to talk about that later.
I'm sure we can work that fast, right?
Yeah. We've got our players set up here. Just
It's gonna be dope.
announcement at the start of the round.
It will be dope.
My tiny little, my whole ass little VTuber name will be on the card. It'll be great.
We are attempting to start this first round at 10:40.
Whatever set that is, I'm gonna buy a bunch of it just so I can pull a number of it, and then like maybe do a like a giveaway or some kind of thing.
Flip, and I'm excited to see a little bit of prophecy.
And on that note, we are ready to switch over and get into the first game of the first ever in-person Elestrals tournament.
All right, and we are ready to get into it. High roll coming down. Looks like, is that a 1? Was it 8?
I think it was an 8.
To a 19. All right, 50
matter.
ducks will be starting probably.
No idea how this game is played.
Yeah. So this game is kind of like a mix of Pokemon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. The spirit count you can see on the screen, 20 spirits is both your energy, like your energy attachment, as well as your life total.
And here's hoping get a good
So you have 20 spirits to play all of your creatures, spells, and counter runes. So basically, you just have a ticking time bomb of just cards that say, "Hey, we can do this, and we can attack for damage or like control a board state."
That looks like an Eddie and a Gorgons this time, which is much
So
better.
it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh if Yu-Gi-Oh had costs to it, but is very Pokemon coded with the ability to ascend into stronger creatures, but also very Yu-Gi-Oh coded in the fact that we have traps and stuff like that.
Once we see that classic rabbit coming out, defense position.
Astrabbit haunting everybody since day one.
Picking one of those to add to hand, and 15 ducks with possibly a perfect answer in hand. We have a few rabbit hunters that we know of, and Edward is one of them.
Base set, Frostfall, and Daybreak, it felt like there was no better play in the world than turn 1 Astrabbit. Now, not so much. The existence of cards like Eddie really threatens Astrabbit. The existence of cards like...
my throat is so dry today.
Hurricane, rather, puts you in a position where you want
throat.
to set a whole bunch of
that thing connected to your
esophagus and everything else.
Which can put your Astrabbit in a really bad position, like right here.
Much like that one, yes.
That got a card,
Edward,
off the top of the deck, and then immediately died. We have to find an answer to the Eddie into 2 pieces of runes in the rune row, and good luck to JT Smith thumbing through a grip that it looks like doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, he already took so much. That's the interesting thing about Elestrals, where you just like you really do just go back and forth sometime.
That's my preference.
I love the PogChamp Eddie. I think it's so funny.
That's my Eddie. And 15 ducks simply allowing Eddie to go down, be sent to the underworld, and that is because we have a Lumaru properly enchanted.
This card used to be famous for functionally being a water Elestral in order to play around Tsunami and
I can't really back up a statement. He used to be famous for this Elestrals. Like,
either they are on heel control
right?
or they are on Thunder
Yeah.
Nexus.
They're talking basically what he's saying is that like he functionally never had an effect until recently metagame wise, because basically it was used as a vanilla guy. So one of the things about Elestrals is that you can put any spirit on anybody, but if it's not the correct spirit, they just don't have like an effect. They just become a little stat stick where you can just have like a little guy who can attack. That's about all they can do. And so that's functionally what he's saying, that like, hey, this guy spent basically the entire time without using his actual effect. He's just a little guy. But now, current metagame, he's actually getting to use his effect and do stuff.
Cards like Viscerus, which are, of course, semi-limited. Cards like Laurels, cards like Earthquake can radically alter the outcome
So
of the
weird.
game, especially if
Yeah, I
they're
know, right?
searchable. We are now going to see the namesake of the deck coming down, Winjin. This incredible Elestral can forecast the top of the deck. If you get it
Hope
right,
someone
the top
curses.
3 cards will ascend into Tornajin, which
MBT
is just
honestly
an
probably
absolute
could.
house
I'm
here.
not
Properly
surprised.
enchanted, an 8/2 Elestral with the ability to pick
Dallas
any 3
salad,
cards from your
true.
deck and randomly add 1 to your hand. Based on the composition of the deck, you can ensure you pretty much always get what you want here.
Yeah, depending on what we're doing for Akka birthday, because I don't have all the games that are being played, so we'll pop in for the
it's so unassuming, and yet it is so powerful
for the presentation and say hello, do the birthday things, because I don't have all the games.
Yeah.
Regardless, and it's
Axel says she would get it for you
I don't. Yeah,
if
it's
you
fine.
say you didn't have it.
And
It's
like
fine.
You said, we have the ability to go in.
I think it's more of she's spending money on you guys so she could have this tied for you. That's how I saw it, and then I was like, hey, I don't have back rooms.
I love actually seeing Winjin Tornajin with Apollo. We
I get that.
don't, as you say, sometimes it's just,
Yeah.
let's see if we
I
can
get
guess
that.
it. But there are tools, of course, like Apollo, like First Light, like you mentioned, to be able
But
to
hi, Daka. How's
guarantee that
everybody
you're going to get
doing
that
in
special
chat?
ascension
Hopefully,
with
y'all doing good.
Tornajin.
Kaufmel, my favorite part of this deck by a great deal. Because Ambrosia
Daka.
recurs spirits, it is actually a little difficult to be able to pick 3 cards with that function. So Kaufmel usually makes its way into those lists. And it is such an incredible way not only to threaten your opponent's spirit count by attacks, but also to say, if you get rid of this card, if you allow me the time to set up over this card, I will get so back in the game, you can't possibly be a part of it.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that
So I don't know if you know this about a lot of the like card games in general, but like in card games, most of the time, quote unquote healing isn't realistically like a good thing, right? Like life gain is like only okay in like Magic the Gathering, right? And then like Pokemon, like healing damage off of your Pokemon only goes so far when Pokemon can literally just body rock you and completely destroy you in one hit.
Body rock you.
Right? But in this game, Elestrals, because your life total is also your energy, healing is actually one of the like genuinely good things you can do. Like a heal card is like the most staple card in the entire game.
Jesus Christ.
I know, it's crazy.
The meta is the American healthcare system.
So what you are seeing is
It's crazy. Like hypothetically, it goes infinite, except you can only have 3 copies of the card in your deck.
in these positions, just an all-around answer to a lot of
Yeah,
How many cards can they have total?
40. It is 40 card main and 20 spirits. So you get to pick which element the spirits are. So you got a tight list that you have to work around for like all of your effects that you're trying to fit into your deck. And realistically, what you will see over the course of a game.
So who's to say if this is gonna succeed? It seems like it.
I always like the number 40 for cards.
I do too.
It's a really good number.
It's a very comfortable number.
Go through and Shield is
I kind of hate that. I kind of hate that Yu-Gi-Oh is a 40. It's a between 40 and 60. I hate that.
I'm okay with 60. 60 should be the limit.
Yeah, it is. It is the limit. I kind of hate it. I'm like, I kind of like the limitation of I can only have this many cards. So every card then has like a significant value to be put in there, right? 60 feels like a lot.
Because as you said, this is one of those.
With the DCG Pocket, I always hated the it's 20 cards. Like, dude, wasn't this like way more?
I am excited to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Guess not. I would have been more comfortable with 25. I mean, you got like something in the pocket, and you have more room to strategize.
Oh, GG's Gorgon's Gaze on board. Rest in peace, Elechick. He will simply not resolve. Poor guy.
Elechick in hand already decided that it would be a better idea to prioritize it. I know if you're 15 ducks, you're kicking yourself a little bit here. That Gorgons has to come down on the Elechick, or else they are gonna have to.
We're gonna have a bad time when Zeus hits the board.
Gotten in for one with the Astrabbit last turn. You're going for Cryoblast on the Elechick. Really fantastic opportunity to wield that card. And looking at a 6 deck, I think we are gonna try and get in here, going for Rabbit again.
Okay, the re-enchant.
We can play a little looser here just because we understand that the Kaufmel and the Ambrose and Grip are going to represent a huge spirit swing.
I think the other thing I like about this, about Elestrals in particular, because, you know, all of the spirits and everything, the games go longer than, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Turns, but also, like, the games are still also pretty fast, because everyone's still activating all of these cards that cost like 1, 2, 3 additional spirits to do additional effects and stuff like that. So like, I don't know, feels like a good balance somehow. I don't know how we got here, but like we got here.
Honestly, this would not be a bad Gorgons. I think 15 Ducks is thinking about it. Yeah, gonna let it go.
Yeah, I think there was a consideration of Gorgons on that Elechick last turn, and you know, a consideration here, but it seems.
Checking the grave here. After Lumaru Mills, it is really important to kind of get a sense of what you have to play around. Yeah. Not alter.
No, because those are gone. And at this point.
Wait, that's the other Zeus. So we did take the Zeus off the rep. They're on 3 Zeus?
3 Zeus.
Oh, that's miserable.
Really taking advantage of that.
Or it could be 2 Zeus and an Aeolus because we saw the Sorlet.
That's true. That's true. We could have a divine mixing going on here. And Quackle going to be.
This is a hard one.
Oh, the other thing about Pokemon Pocket is I think it's the balance of like the how they do the active and bench zone feels very strange with basically 4. 4 feels like a really weird number of guys to have on the board.
I did see that.
Weird.
Which, you know,
I gotta go to the bathroom. We're back.
All right.
Ambrosia in hand and 15 Ducks.
Yo.
Not be too worried about it. Yep, there we go.
Oh, Ambrosia! There's our heal spell.
What they got.
Oh, not even going for the. We do have the ability to. We may have a second Ambrosia.
Yeah.
We also aren't threatened. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah, they have no worries here.
For the Earthquake from this position.
No.
But, we're going for the Apollo. Do we have a follow-up Winjin?
Oh.
PTA, Zeus, Tears Winjin.
Okay.
So
wow, he found the Winjin.
You do get to foretell, which means you get to reorder.
And it looks like we have that Zeus currently.
Yeah, the Zeus on board.
On top for sure, right?
I think.
Yeah.
Looking for action. Yeah, it looks like that's it.
Yep.
So that's great news because even though we can't deploy Wenjin this turn if we don't have one in grip, next turn we can slam down the Wenjin. We know what's.
Is the spirit count still 5? I don't think it is. I think it should be.
Weird position this turn with respect to the rabbit.
Oh, I guess it is 5.
The rabbit. Okay, I completely lied. We have the Wenjin.
The Wenjin is in hand. And
we have the other Wenjin in hand.
Apparently, we have another Wenjin incoming next turn to look forward to.
That's going to eat a Gorgons, putting JT to 6. They're going to go down to 4 off of this rabbit attack, back up to 6 after casting the Quackle next turn. If nothing else, it forces them to develop the Quackle, which could be super advantageous if Ducks has a Gorgon set and is just slow rolling it. We're going to put JT down to 4 here. What are we working with?
And they actually attacked with the Astra.
Very true, and this rabbit is getting the most value.
That is the most of, you know, that is the most value Astrabbit.
Because, I mean,
all right, chat. We might also have to put a pause on this, and we'll come back to it momentarily. And by momentarily, I mean when we get to the part of the video games for Aka Bear stream that I do not have. We'll get back to the Elestrals thing because I did plan to do this, but also I do want to be there for the birthday.
Pulling Gorgons off of the. Oh, we're gonna PTA.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not pulling off the rabbit. It says I am gonna pay out this rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh.
That rabbit is going to continue.
This rabbit is seeing all entire value.
You really want to be in because you put your opponent in potentially an advantageous resting on your laurels if you pull off the rabbit, where they can pick which one they want to get rid of instead of getting rid of the Wenjin, which you don't care about because it's already attempted its effect anyway. But it's a rough position for JT. Going Zeus on the rabbit does nothing because the Quackle's at 0 and 0 attack.
You know what, chat? I'll have to make another room for this. I'll make another one.
Be 0-0 and staring at each other, which, you know, is a fun time, but not necessarily helpful for JT.
Because they're going to be going all day, basically. As is the bear stream, so we'll just be back here later. And that's okay. Oh.
And it is that Kaufmel.
There's Kaufmel, yeah.
Going for the Kaufmel here, I think.
We are actually going to just run in. That is 4.
Putting JT down to 2. 2 is not 0.
2 is in fact not 0.
There is still room to play with 2 spirits. Not a lot, but
not a lot, but
and the Zeus. I just can't help but think having 2 spirits here for 15 Ducks by pulling off the rabbit at some point might have been pretty advantageous because theoretically we're just going to lose the rabbit here.
And Unless that set card is something that you have specifically suited.
Oh no! Was that expend a draw?
Oh, okay.
Oh
It's just
no!
huh?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
even
pretty
know what we're
Jover.
fishing for Ambro plus Tsunami. All right, there's half of it.
Well,
Oh,
the
there's
Ambro.
half.
That's a beautiful full art.
Gorgeous
It is.
Ambro.
And I love seeing our whole setup here, people right across from each other with the same camera looking at both of them. It's a beautiful thing to behold.
If anyone is at Dallas and has a full art Ambro, hit me up.
Please.
I just picked up my first one and I have the bug. I'm gonna set one here. Go back to 15 ducks. 15 ducks in a position where they really don't have to develop more. But getting a turn to theoretically ascend over Kaufmel is a big deal because it means you can proc it.
Wait, is that happening now?
Go for really whack enchanted Lumaru. We'll trigger the Kaufmel, put it back to 3.
Yep.
Great news because that's pretty much out of range of everything.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get in for 5 here. I imagine it won't connect.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's that tsunami.
Tsunami.
Yeah. And that's buying us at least
one more turn.
But it does seem like we're just trying to slow the bleeding at this point.
I mean, it's not a terrible position to be in. Any Elestral with more than 1 attack can contest the Lumaru, which puts you at a 6 spirit differential. The Winjin is functionally DOA already. We've now passed enough turns that the Apollo Foretell isn't going to ensure the next Winjin hits. The Astrabbit is a 2/5, which is horrible, but there is a Zeus on field, which can contest it over the course of a long game where 15 Ducks is not able to find any sort of heal.
Oh yeah, where they can't find anything else after that.
The entire game, they are still in this.
That's true.
It's going to require some.
It's a pretty even board state until the guys are. Oh, it's the Boom Bat with reverse.
Come out.
All right, Boom Bat, a really interesting one here. It means that this turn, it looks like we are going to go for the Eat on the Astrabbit. We can set a card, potentially a shield. Oh, we're going for the Lumaru.
Oh,
yeah, just wraps
the shield.
JT scoops him up, says,
the shield. Right, you got it. Yeah, dog, you got it.
Game 1 of round
I'm here.
Welcome back.
The Elestrals Dallas.
Game 1.
Hey, oh Jesus, how the fuck did he get back to 20?
They didn't. They're resetting.
I love seeing Quackle. We didn't get
game just ended.
About JT's list.
I think
bro had to scoop. He got down to like 2, and then he walked into a shield of Achilles, which sends his guy back in the spirit to the underworld, and he had basically like 1 spirit, and that's just an impossible board state where he's facing down 3 guys, and it's just like that's not gonna happen.
Metagame's really not right now. Individual Elestrals like Quackle, which are great when paired with other like cards like Sluggle in heal control, here just in here because it's like the 5th best Thunder Elestral.
Sure.
Sorlet et al. Making an appearance from the very powerful like Wind Thunder strategies from Daybreak, potentially still making waves at this point. But when you see it paired up against what I like to call game plan decks, games that have a consistent linear strategy they're hoping to develop, really falls apart quickly. They're these totally reactive, zero pressure strategies that aim to just stop their opponent, and an opponent with a good enough game plan sometimes can't be stopped.
That's true. I personally am holding on to dreams that JT has something up their sleeve that we don't know about, and they're not really wearing long sleeves, but who's to say? We could have something in there. Our players are currently siding.
I mean, there's a lot you can do with a sideboard, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen people get an entire Aeolus package into 15 cards, figure out a mechanism by which in games 2 and 3 you can board into powerful cards like P-Gust, which do a great job.
Some people are actually just playing like completely secondary like game plans in their sideboards, which is kind of old school Yu-Gi-Oh style where you just pivot your like half of your deck.
Once Tornadgen makes it to the field, you've already lost. So
nutty.
Not worth playing that reactively. It's definitely true.
When are they going to learn that Spark Cloud?
When will they learn?
Whereas if you're on
when will the freaking pile shuffle?
You gotta play the Winjin, you gotta play the Tornadgen, you gotta play Apollo, you gotta play Kaufmel, and as a result, there's not too much you can move.
Yeah, it's pretty established what we're going to be on. Although it seems like 15 Ducks making a few changes. We see some counter runes there, so maybe just a few minor tweaks among the counter rune package. But as you mentioned, the core of the deck, the Elestrals, the Divine.
Yeah. One of the other things I've really liked about Elestrals is the counter runes. The counter runes are this game's trap cards, basically. And if I've done a good job of explaining Yu-Gi-Oh to you, I've explained Yu-Gi-Oh trap cards have become tertiary into the game where the trap card basically has to read win the game for it to be playable.
In the game are only now putting
But the counter runes in this game are game-breakingly like going to ruin your life if you walk into one with just like a bad position. So I kind of like.
So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh traps.
Yeah. Yeah, but like they actually have value. Like the value between an individual, like just a one-for-one removal, like is actually good versus Yu-Gi-Oh reads has to, oh, it has to negate everything, it has to destroy your entire your opponent's entire field, and your opponent can't summon this type of monster, or they can only summon one type of monster, like true floodgates where it's just genuinely no fun or any counterplay at all. So it's like there is actual value to being like, no, I can wait a turn to be like, no, I don't have to go into this crazy big play or I'll die. This game is like, oh, I can wait a turn to find my removal, or just play around it by not walking into a board state that has that many guys.
An Eddy or a Galaxy, and then 15 ducks, I think.
That's that's what I like about this.
I'll take it, sure.
Oh, Expendidraw.
It doesn't feel too bad.
Eddy, Ambro. Wow, we have kind of a mirror match going on here.
I like it when it was just like, hey, acid trap. Cool. Oh wow! This many attack points upon. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This is like an instant kill for some monsters. I'm putting in the deck.
Yep.
It just works.
Sometimes it does just work. It's also
now it's just like it needs to kill God.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it has to read. It has to read. It kills everything.
Felt like so often you were trying to stick a threat and then setting 3.
That's exactly
like how
what it
meta
is.
is right now. Just that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. But this, it also helps that in this game everything has a spirit cost to it. So like, there will never be that Yu-Gi-Oh moment where it's like, oh, where like I just get to flip this trap card for free and just say, hey, you can't do anything about it, or stuff like that. So
why is no one talking about Aviolith?
like, it's because there will be an upper limit to what you can do because of how the costs and the general mechanics of the gameplay works.
As JT Smith is doing Thunderstorm would get really popular.
So like, I think that's the difference.
A reason why 15
That
bucks don't care
Cryoblast,
too much
yeah.
about.
Yeah, it says, okay, whatever.
I just have
I have 18 removal spells.
Yep. And Lumuru coming out sort of similarly. It always feels good to stick a 5 on the board into an empty field.
Yeah. But with no defensive option at all. I mean, 15 ducks is so calm playing this, like, back and forth slug fest type game.
Oh, wait, just go one for one?
He knows he's got inevitability. We'll just land the Apollo and find a Wingin. That is a Galaxair, really unsung hero of the Wind Pantheon.
I do kind of like that. This game also, like, a lot of people complain for the don't understand like why people like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And the reason is because a single turn, right, has 10 billion different actions, and it can feel kind of just like a fist fight. And I think Elestrals over the course of actual turns, so you actually get to feel the, oh, hey, we're playing turns back and forth, right? But you can still also just have that gameplay of just like punching each other with your guy, drawing like top decking off of your, just going the card off the top of your deck, summon the guy, and be like, I attack with my slightly larger guy.
But if you're JT Smith, you're way happy about flipping something like a shield or a Gorgons even on this. It's really
I put Exodia because it makes my brain go burr.
Exactly.
And you aim to put them in a position where it will never ascend.
I mean, one of these back row has to be real, surely. And yep, we are seeing the shield
coming out. Yeah, pretty sexy. I mean, a mechanism by which you can cut your opponent off from what they thought would be a huge spirit swing. You got to get so aggro against these game plan decks, prevent them from getting to anything that resembles an impressive board state.
Oh, have they decided to make like?
Thumbing through this here.
I don't know if that's an official zone, but I think they. I like that they do that.
Like so many Wind Elestrals, they feel so toolbox.
That they
Quackle coming down, recovering those Thunder Spirits. when we get the wind quackle, it's going to be over
Huh,
for all of
that's
you.
cool. All right, so, sorry, my brain just
I can't wait.
restarted.
I want to see
I was just watching that. So they have their underworlds, their graveyards, their discard piles, right? Split up from the actual Elestrals and their spirits. One, because they also have like different sleeves, because
as ever,
it just makes sense to keep them organized that way. But like that's actually really nice because like on Clash currently it's just a pile of cards, but it's like, you know, a digital zone so you can just see.
Quick, they're like, why am I
right?
taking 3?
But like for in-person play, that makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, we're down to 9.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, and it is.
Shouts out to our on-staff judging. The judges here have been incredible. So many of them have experience in other card games. I know the individual behind the desk right now is an incredible judge for multiple card games, and who is probably sighing
that Hurricane
relief upon seeing that Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane's gonna come out and clear the board.
I love this proactive tsunami here. Says I don't want to take damage. Play a 4.
Or else, really.
Hoffmel can't deal with any of these. You got to get something better.
Lumaru
would be crazy. I mean, we are looking at a grip of like 9 cards. Shout out to
15 Ducks has like half of his deck in his hand.
To play the Tornadge and Hurricane.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
Oh yeah. Otherwise,
I think we're looking at the grip here. I may
Tell me
have
about
misread
it.
this. It looks like it might be a Winjin and no Apollo.
Yeah,
I may have
Winjin
thought
is...
that the Zeus was an Apollo here.
And I see that Calfmel. I see the Winjin. There's an Ambrosia in there.
Big turn, big turn. A lot of questions here. Well, Winjin's an incredibly powerful card. It doesn't have a high attack stat, so probably, yeah, what we're seeing here is sinking one of these two, likely the Galaxair, firing off an Ambro, trying to recur some of those spirits, maybe going for the Blind Winjin.
Ooh.
Blind Winjin is hard, but not impossible. It's something like a 20%.
That's a card they're going to play.
So it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough that it's going to feel bad for JT Smith if it does.
I'm just waiting for someone to do the Winjin Lunar Phase, Winjin Morfrost.
No.
Oh, I think
please,
it would be incredible. Would it work? Who's
Cryoblasting. The Zeus Cryoblast synergy strategy that I know all too well. Really fantastic way to just turn that conditional removal spell into a hard removal spell. And we are even going to Eddie the...
We're starting soon, right?
Crackle says, you know what? I can afford to play at least one more turn.
It should... yeah, it says in the server.
Linear game plan, but down to 3 cards at hand. JT's 5, I believe. JT way up on spirits as well.
Yes, and even though we had the board wipe this past turn, as you mentioned, there's a lot more resources on JT Smith's side, so there's a lot more to
I'll make another
we
Elestrals room for the things, so...
Game 2.
What server? I assume we're doing it in this one?
Maybe except for
by the way?
Yeah, my server.
That might have been one.
It's possible the Galaxia represents like boarding.
Who's going live? Oh, Axe is live.
Yeah, Axe is live.
We won't know that, of course, until we see.
Hey, Plate Up is happening.
Getting the Aeolus, but for now, yeah, I think you're completely right. Was that an Apollo off the top? Oh, hold. Oh, hold, it totally was.
Oh, it's,
okay, here we go.
Time.
This is a dream board state for 15 Ducks. Oh no, he's going blind.
We did go blind.
What did we call? We did get it. Oh my god.
We got it.
Was that, did they call Astrabbit?
I think that based on the hand movement there, it's safe to assume.
That is crazy.
Show Rabbit causing more problems. Yeah, and I was wondering because we didn't grab it.
Oh, wow, that's devastating.
Yeah.
Now, not only do you have a play for next turn in the Astrabbit, but in the interim, you can go Tornadgen,
oh my god.
Ambro, Kaufmel, and it's lights out for...
Oh my fuck.
May not be even revealing Ambro. They're getting Kaufmel for sure.
Oh my god, he's using Exodia.
2 Ambro in deck, so I imagine you have to pick an Ambro here.
I mean, you gotta guarantee.
Grabbing the spoiled fruit.
Can you believe in this shit?
I'm seeing it happen. Man just hard called Astrabbit onto his deck.
Incredibly powerful.
I mean, your opponent not healing is basically the same as you healing.
I like the one side is just JT Smith and the other guy is just 15 Ducks.
I know, he's just 15 Ducks in a trench coat.
Especially because we saw that one.
Stop wearing a trench coat. I don't know how he's doing this.
I know, he's in Texas. It's hot. It's ridiculous.
I think we saw the one in the grip deployed.
Oh, you're right.
So we are just down to the singular Ambro in deck, but still, I mean, you go back up to 7 here by 6 here by casting it off the Zeus. Or actually, he just cast you.
Yeah.
Says I'll go to 5.
Good about keeping that Zeus.
JT Smith is going down to 8, or whoa, I'm way off. 10 early in the morning. going to be put in a position where resting on your laurels isn't effective because the Eddie.
Are we still opening with the
are just shocking, and you have to contest
with the presentation?
And we do have the
When
cutest
it's expert, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I think that this is just the
I really.
I'm
So
surprised you
yes.
haven't done games for us this these birthdays.
I haven't had time, man.
Okay,
I'm making a because I've wanted to make more like generic ones as well, and for like actual streams and stuff, not just birthdays.
I,
don't like the pack one.
I would like to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm doing a anime one. So like a general anime one, so like general anime stuff from like anime on the like top of the lists that are like very popular and just like people that would know stuff about just like being involved in anime, just like hearing names and like through anime culture osmosis.
Of the resting is very interesting in this board state. It's gonna take a lot.
So yeah,
for 15
if you want in on that one, I haven't decided who I'm inviting to that one, so
that wasn't a
it's also not done
huge
yet.
for JT Smith, but
Oh.
You don't have to worry.
It's not done yet. It's in progress. It's like halfway done.
Deal with the Tornado and you happen to be able to deal with the
I was thinking about inviting you and Charlie.
There's an argument that these days it's really not worth it.
Because Charlie knows a surprising amount of anime, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Let's go.
You just want to see that.
Just make it cursed and she'll know it at the back of her hand.
Oh yeah.
I need to. The only way I lose this game is because of the unbelievable spirit differential.
I don't know why Charlie likes cursed things.
Anything I can do to equalize that, incentivize you to play
It's a vibe. It's an aesthetic for Charlie.
Boy, cannot move that Tornado because it is wind enchanted.
Ooh, so looks like we're gonna see a little dance of the eddies.
Yeah. So whenever you go to tell or figure out what time we're starting for all the presentation stuff, I'll raid into that.
That rabbit's coming down, so you won't be able.
And then I'm gonna make another room for when I get back to this later.
Oh, you can just raid in like now to access things.
Okay. Cool. Alright, chat, so real quick, we're gonna take a BRB from the watch party. I'll be back later for this because I don't have all of the things, but we'll be lurking in the bear stream as well, just keeping everybody supported. Because I did say I wanted to do this stream for the Elestrals watch party stuff. So we get to do the best of both worlds. We get to hang out with everybody for a bit, and then we also get to do the Elestrals gameplay for a bit.
Then it would be a completely different game. We'd be looking at.
We get the best of both worlds. Oh my God, he's got another Ambrosia.
Instead, we are getting another
Jesus Christ.
Said, I'm healing again.
I'm just gonna live.
Yeah, as you say,
The Ambrosia is that fancy heal spell I mentioned before, where we just pay 1 and get back 3.
Killer.
Yeah, removal and heal. That's what the game is about right now.
I think they're thinking
Live.
maybe it's not even worth getting a cryoblast.
Oh, an Apollo?
Because the Sorlet's already contested by the field. So getting the Apollo here means you can develop the Apollo and then land the Winjin and then make a second Tornado if you're playing one. But that'll depend on what gets hit here. I think best case scenario is an Ambro.
And it was the Kaufmel, which is essentially an Ambro, just with a couple more steps.
Yeah, sort of.
Just a couple steps late. Alright, chat.
You have to make the decision between Rabbit and
Let's go ahead and raid into the bear stream. Are they in the Discord already?
One of the
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then we'll just move on down. Alright, chat. We're raid into the bear stream. If you want to go ahead and move over there, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Mechanism by which you hedge against a shield.
And it's going to be water.
Alright, chat. We will be over on the bear stream for a little bit, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I'll be back later today, and we'll be live completely tomorrow. So, yeah. Alright, chat. Bye-bye. We'll be RB.